I'm the second vice president for the Greater Sacramento National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, NAACP. Our democracy depends on the voice of our voters being heard.
Good evening, Mayor, council members, Big H. How are you, gentlemen? And we're encouraged to see so many applicants, but I know a lot of good qualified candidates didn't apply because they felt that this is a good old boy system. And tonight's appointment process is not good governance, nor is it good democracy. And because you choose to appoint your next council colleague rather than hold a special district election, you're rejecting basic democratic principles of this country. Having a special district election that allows the people to choose who they want to represent them is the American way, and it'll save you money. The city's current voting system is fundamentally flawed in that it disenfranchises protected classes under the California Voting Rights Act. In this city's history, we've had only one African American, one Latino elected to the council. And you can even say they're incumbents because they won prior to the city becoming incorporated. Well, this is now the third time that the city will appoint someone. It's a shame. The current system deters good people. I've heard one council member snort that the current system is elegant. Elegant? Who would think that voter suppression is elegant? You have a duty right here, right now, to make the right choice. Democracy or unfairness? Democracy. The citizens or yourselves? The right thing?
Mr. Sasso,
or the status
you can
quo?
wrap it up, please.
I waited here all night, 4 hours. You will hear us out. Will you do the right thing, or will you maintain the status quo? Put the politics aside for one night and just do what any good American knows is the right thing to do. Let the people vote. Let them vote. Let them vote.
Thank you, Mr. Sasso. Our next speaker is Yumi Sarah.
Here in Elk Grove, we're doing democracy wrong. We have an all-male council. In order to be competitive, you need to raise $75,000 or $100,000. Third time in 4 years that we're seeking an appointment which steals democracy from the citizens of this city. You may mean well, but we are doing democracy wrong. And you may today appoint a woman. There are fantastic, competent, strong women that have spoken for you or spoken before you here today. The problem is that there'll be an election soon, and if that person doesn't raise $75,000, the appointment will be for naught because they'll get crushed by somebody who has more money. But there's a simple solution. That's the good part. Is by district elections. Now you have created a problem for yourself because now the time is short. So you can, on the days today, just say, you know what, we're not going to make that appointment today. We're going for by district. We're going to get it on calendar as soon as possible, and we're going to do the work we should have done months ago. And if you make the wrong decision today, you're going to open yourselves up for litigation. I sent you all an email about that. The appearance of this council will not work very well in front of a jury if this case is litigated according to the California Rights Act of 2001, amended by Assemblymember Jim Cooper. Look, we're doing democracy wrong. You have a chance tonight to do democracy right.
So it's simple, gentlemen. You can combine us voting for our councilman position as well as voting on the referendum and DA. Thank you.
I'm like the group over here, and I think this should be voted on. But vote on it or not, I'm here to endorse my friend Stephanie.
I am appalled to learn that we have had so many appointments over the last 3 or 4 years. As a citizen of Elk Grove, I think that we are hijacking the democratic process by continuing to have these appointments over the years.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. I'm Eric Sunderland. I am the Regional Director for the California Democratic Party. I'm here to stand with the AFL-CIO and the NAACP in support of the democratic process. We need to have an election, and we need to move to by-area elections. We need easier entry points for people of color and women to the seats of power.
What we have here, unfortunately, tonight is a deficit of democracy. We talk about fiscal deficits, but tonight we have a democratic deficit, and not in the party sense, but in the participatory civic sense. You're opening up Pandora's box here to the city for the tune of upwards of over $1 million in litigation. That's not a threat, that's just reality. Any basic Google search will tell you that the ACLU, the NAACP, and labor groups and activists and community groups have prevailed every single time this was brought before the courts. Let the people.
We as a people want to be heard, and the way to ensure that our interests are met is through the democratic process. We want to be able to vote and be heard. Let the people choose who will represent them.
When you take the people's democratic process away, you give us no voice. It's time for us to have a voice here in Elk Grove.
What we're doing here in Elk Grove is not right. We need to give the community a chance to vote. If you want to build trust with the community, share, be transparent with us, build that relationship, do the right thing, let the people vote. You guys have the opportunity to do that. You do. You're in these seats. People voted for you guys. Don't forget, we will vote. Do the right thing.
I was shocked to learn that there are no women on the Elk Grove City Council.
As we all know, this process is flawed. You know, we sit in here meeting after meeting and we listen to things that go on without our voice, the people's voice. It is time to give the vote back to the people.
That this city council is not diverse. It does not represent our community. And that's the bottom line.